You're on PowerFM. It is Craig and Katie, Thursday morning, about 20 minutes away from 8, and Katie's off for just a couple of weeks. But in studio, we're joined by Oliver Lind, a Victor Harbor musician. His Fall For You EP is out now, and more music to come to tell us all about it. Oliver, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. How are you?
Yeah, very good, and good to have you aboard. You've been following me on socials for a little while.
I have, yes.
Listened to Power out on Victor Harbor?
Since I was born, basically, yeah.
Oh, that's good. We've got the institution. Does that mean your parents have instilled it into you?
They must have, because it's always been around.
Oh, that's good. And I've heard we're actually quite good on the South Coast. Some of the bigger metro stations can't punch through, which is nice.
That's definitely right, yeah.
Yeah, 99.7. But tell us about you growing up in Victor Harbor. What's that like?
Yeah, I've always been in Victor Harbor. I was born and raised there, and I've been making music as a hobby, I could say, for about 2 years now, and publishing it online. But before then, I've always been into music, and I learned like violin, and I've been taught myself piano. Oh wow! Throughout my youth, basically, and it's just always been a thing in my life and in the area in Victor Harbor and stuff like that. So. Yeah. Yeah,
I was wondering what attracted you to making music. I mean, obviously it's something like, you'd be listening to PowerFM, you'd hear a lot of, these great artists, but what attracted you specifically to making music?
Oh, listening to music, well, like you said, with my parents playing it when I was younger. I'd always get a favourite song and I'd be listening to it on repeat. And I had an iPod when I was growing up that me and my siblings and my sister had, so we'd always listen to music on our iPods. And that was a great thing, I think. But yeah, it's just always been around, I think, music, and it's had a significant effect on my life with different songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I always think about making music and, I'll make a parody song or something like that, but I feel like it's a whole nother thing to write your own, melodies, tunes, and then take lyrics out and put them out into the world. Is it a nerve-wracking thing for you?
It can be very nerve-wracking when you release new things and you're like, oh, they're going to bully my singing voice. Or it's not going to sound good. But once my friends and people tell me, oh, I love your music, it's just really good to hear sometimes and motivates me to do better. And yeah, it's really fun, actually.
So you're getting that feedback from schoolmates and
people I see in town sometimes I don't even know. They go, I follow you on Instagram. Wow. And it's like, it's great to get that sometimes.
Are these musical circles that you're moving in, like you're going out to gigs and things?
I don't really do gigs because I just haven't been into that yet because I'm still pretty new to it all. But I'm in a musical circle in Victor Harbor with local studio owner Luke Ridley. I go to his studio and record, and other kids my age, we just hang out sometimes. I've got some mates who play musicians, like my mate plays the guitar, and he recorded a guitar solo on my song, and that was really fun.
Yeah, cool. I like that there's a community, and maybe that's something we need to tap into here at the station and find out some more of these talented friends that you've got. But I see your music particularly leans into like indie and synth pop and new wave, and I wouldn't necessarily say that that's everyone's bag, there's a lot of a big R&B movement at the moment.
Massive R&B coming through, yeah.
But what attracts you to that sort of music?
I love the old retro 80s and 90s pop, that's why I like the new wave genre, which is like the drum machines and the synthesizers. That stuff's really good to me, and I always record my demos onto cassette tapes and then just it's really fun, and I've got all the analog gear at home, and I record that in my bedroom. I'm a bedroom musician mainly.
Yeah, actually we should come back and talk about that, because your socials are full of like vintage kind of things.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll talk about that in a second, but let's play one of your tracks. This one's called I Would Die For You. Did you have anything to intro this track?
It's coming up to my new album. It's a single I've had out since about November last year. It's one of my most proud tracks.
Very nice. Well, let's have a listen now at 16 minutes away from 8. It's I Would Die For You, Oliver Lind, here on PowerFM.
I'm not your woman, I'm not your man. I am something that you never understand. I'll never beat you, I'll never lie. And if you're evil, I'll forgive you by and by, 'cause
You're on Power FM. It is Craig and Katie. Katie's off for a couple of weeks and it is 13 minutes away from 8. Thursday morning, we've got Oliver Lind in studio, Victor Harbour musician. That was your song, I Would Die For You. Feel good to hear it on the radio?
Yes, it was very exciting actually to hear my own song on the radio.
You said you were up even last night just tinkering with the last little bits and pieces, making sure it was...
points, getting a mix from the studio and everything. Yeah, it was very last minute, but it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. And you could really hear those influences from, like you were saying, the 80s and 90s sort of, I guess, that new wave style?
Yeah, from Prince and, The Weeknd is a modern musician, but he has very old-fashioned music with the retro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super interesting. And you have, if you look over your socials, so Oliver Lind Music.
Yes, that's
on Instagram, TikTok, a lot of your stuff is like really nostalgic. I'm talking analog cameras.
Yeah, film and video, VHS, everything. I do that.
Yeah. How do you get that onto like modern devices?
Through a lot of trial and error and stress.
Yeah.
But I started playing around with film when I found my mum's old camera, and that was really fun just to use the old film and how the process of it works and stuff. And then the VHS, I've been buying old secondhand cameras that don't work and fixing them myself.
Oh, that's cool. I might have to buy one off you. That's cool.
They're really fun to use, actually, the VHS ones. But it's just... I'm fascinated by all the old technology that still works today, but you could buy something that's brand new from the shops and it could break within a week, you know?
Well, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. And then when we've got the ability, you know, with the phone in our hand to take a million photos, whereas with analog, you get that one shot.
Yeah, that's the rare in-the-moment feeling of it, yeah.
Yeah, and they have this such a feel to it. And I think you're adding to it with the music. It just seems like a whole, I hate using the word, but vibe. It's a vibe that you're delving into very nicely.
Yeah, well, I used my friend Finn. He played on the guitar solo we just heard at the end of the song.
Yeah.
He played that. We made that up in about 5 minutes in my bedroom on a random Sunday morning. And it was really good. It was really fun, and he loved recording it, and he wants to make more music, and so do I. So
that's good. I like a little collaboration.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
South Coast collaboration.
Yeah.
Well, how can we support you if people are hearing your music going, oh, that's kind of something I'd like to be a part of? How can we help you out?
Yeah, I've got vinyl, CD, cassette, all for sale. You can find it through like my link in bio, I guess you could say, on like Instagram and TikTok. So it's through a provider called Elastic Stage, and we've got vinyl, 12-inch singles, we've got some albums, and we got CDs. It's all there. It's all physical, and it's reasonably priced as well.
Yeah, no, that's always good.
Yeah.
So check out Oliver Lind Music. He's on Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms, basically. Yeah. And it feels really good to showcase some music coming out of the South Coast. And like I said, we might have to tap into where you're recording and find some other artists that are doing cool stuff there.
There's lots of good stuff there in Victor and the Flurio, some other friends I have that make music, and we do some really good stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, thank you for coming in this morning. We hope to hear you next, when you're hitting stages and doing big things.
Thank you so much. That's great.